So now we are about to start the session officially. Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to the very first episode of the Traders Up Show on XSpace. My name is Manira Abdurrahman, your host, and I'm beyond excited to kick off this journey with all of you today. Tonight, we are here to explore the exciting, the challenging, and the rewarding world of Forex trading. So, our topic tonight is unleashing greatness as a Forex trader. And we have incredible guests for you all tonight who deliver insights, strategies, and inspirations. So, if you're a beginner, a forex trader beginner, or an expert, this is the right place for you because the program is part packed and we have a lot of information that will be shared by our esteemed guest speakers. So, before we delve into the topic, I would like to welcome on board the amazing and brilliant co host, Thelma, whom will be under the session together. So, let's welcome Thelma on board, please. Thelma, can you
Thank
hear me,
you.
Thelma?
Yes, clearly I can hear you. Thank you, Moniro. It's great to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, absolutely. So, speaking about our fantastic guest for tonight, because we won't like to keep our audience waiting any longer, we've wasted some few minutes, and I think we don't need to delay anything further. So, our first guest for tonight, or should I say our first speaker for tonight, is the CEO of Pro Baba FX Consult, the powerhouse, the trailblazer, Dr. William Odion. Please, I don't know if you can use any emoji in the comment section to please welcome our speaker on stage so I can actually do a brief introduction about him, then we kick it up from there. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for turning up for this first episode of this amazing event here. Um, I think it's an event everyone has something to take home because we don't put up events that you don't take things valuable home. So, thank you very much for turning up.
You're welcome, Mr. William. So I'll do a little brief introduction, or I'll read out his profile for everybody to get familiar about who Mr. William is. So Mr. William is popularly known as Pro Baba FX. He is a financial coach and a prominent figure in Nigerian's creative space. He is a brand influencer. He is a content creator and author of the insightful book, Becoming a Profitable Forex Trader. So his expertise in forex market led him to establish initiatives like the Pro Baba Forex Academy, which is aimed at empowering young Nigerians financially and is also referred to as the face of the new hustle, which has actually received several accolades, including the Forex Consultant of the Year 2023. By now, I know you all would agree with me that Mr. William here is a great man, and we are super excited and grateful to have you here on stage with us. You're welcome once again, Mr. William. Thank you for showing up. So now I would like to welcome our next guest speaker, and which I'll allow Thelma to do that. Thelma, I hope you're ready to introduce the next guest speaker to us.
Yeah, thank you, Moniro. Our
Um,
second guest speaker we have in the person of Mr. Victor Ufort. Mr. Victor Ufort is a renowned African financial advisor who is very passionate about money, finance, investing, and nation building. With his 17 years of experience in forex trading, internet business, sales, consultancy, and digital assets, he is indeed a leading figure in the industry. Mr. Victor successfully co-founded 10 Trade Africa, which is a multi-asset broker that disrupted the financial industry by being the first regulated broker to launch its prop firm with a global presence, enhancing credibility and trust. Mr. Victor Ufort is also the CEO of Purity Alpha Advisory Limited, which focuses on empowering individuals and businesses to maximize potential and create wealth. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor Ufort, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we
We
can hear
can
you
hear you.
clearly.
You're welcome, Mr. Victor.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on board.
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Williams, a pleasure to be here as well.
Same here. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, sir. So before we start, please, I would like to implore everyone to please share the link to this space on all your social media platforms to your friends, to your groups, so that everyone can be a part of it and learn one or two things. Thank you so much. So now it's about time we kickstart our session for tonight, and we have a lot of questions for our guests. And my first question will be directed to Dr. William. I hope you can hear me, and I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Very well.
Thank you. So, Dr. William, can you tell us about your journey into the world of Forex trading and what inspired you to start Pro Baba EA Consult? Thank you very much.
Thank you for that question. Wow. The journey is just so numerous. I didn't start up as a Forex trader or a CEO to a Forex consultant company. I started up as a producer and I had flair for Forex trading, watching a lot of videos and seeing a lot of achievement done by young people, most especially the South Africans. The way the lifestyle was going and the way they uh, painted the whole Forex thing. It seems like it was something you just get into and you start living the life. So I think I was motivated by all that. And at some point, I decided to give it a try. I used to be very popular in the music space. Many people know me as Steps Up or Pro Mix, and worked for so many prominent musicians you have been hearing out there, Jay Martins, Orisha Femi, and the rest. So, to cut this long story short, I wasn't getting the kind of lifestyle I wanted from producing music. I couldn't afford the kind of things I wanted from producing music. It actually took a whole lot of years of putting in effort as a music producer, and I always wished I can live some certain kind of lifestyle. So that motivated me too. I had to start trading. First of all, I started little, started trading. I was so curious. Then I had so many mistakes I did. I didn't know so much. I was self-learning. I didn't get a mentor. But I actually learned from my mistakes. So as the journey continued, I decided to go all in. I started reading materials, started getting close to more mentors that I know they are doing well, though it might not seem the way it is, but they are actually passing knowledge and values to a lot of people. So I got close to a few of them, and they I learned from them. I made losses. I understood how the market was. I made my research. I said, okay, if this is what it is, I think I need to impact this knowledge to this our generation. I started up, which is 4 years ago, as a professional trader. I started teaching. I brought out the idea for the academy came up, which is the Pro Baba Effects Academy. I started it with private mentorship. I was teaching a few people. I was taking very little money, as low as $10 to teach, $20 to teach, just very little as that. Most of them would come along, lose, and they would leave the academy because they lost. So it was actually a process, you get. Like I do tell a lot of people, consistency, it's something that can never be overemphasized. Once you are consistent in something, trust me, definitely you'll be good at it. Though at first you might face a lot of hurdles, you might be losing, but one thing with consistency is two for learning. it actually helps you to get better. Because when you keep doing one thing, you fail like 10 times and you finally get it once. Trust me, you'll be very good at that once. Why did I get this? And why did I excel in this? You hold that one and you make like 20 or more than 30. You've lost 10, no, but you gain like 20 and thereabout. So it was actually a process. I started having more interest in teaching. I said, okay, let me register this consultancy firm officially so I can know that the government or any organization can identify with me and say, okay, he has been doing this and probably a way to empower the youth. So it got to a point I was also doing free lessons. Like I'll just put up free mentorship. Some students will come and I'll give them Zoom link. We'll start up. I'll teach them. So at that I got better. I got better. I got better. As the year goes, I was getting better, getting more investors. I was putting in a lot of funds, and sometimes we'll lose, sometimes we'll gain. But these were all learning processes. So apart from that, I decided to expand, go into brokerage firm, understand how brokerage firms work, and understand the business more. So it was quite a journey of growth from one stage to another, from one stage to another. So got to a point I said to myself, I want to be one of the best influencer or forex coach in Africa, not just Nigeria. And I started that journey. And today, here am I. I have a company and have been working with a lot of big brands and still working with more big brands and yet some on the pipeline. I think that's the journey so far. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Probaba. Thank you,
All right. I'd like us to give it all for Mr. Williams. His story is so inspiring. I was like, oh my God. I wanted to ask him further questions like, how were you able to transition from music into Forex? But he was able to explain everything. I was like, oh my God. So that means there is nothing impossible in as much as you set your mind to it. So thank you so much, Dr. Williams. Can we all give it up for Dr. Williams, please? We can use the emoji to show our appreciation to him. All right, Thelma, you can go, please.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, Dr. Williams. So very quickly, to Mr. Victor Ufort. So my question is quite simple. So yeah, so Mr. Victor, as the director of 10 Trade Africa, what unique challenges have you faced in the African market, and how have you been able to overcome them so far?
Okay, thank you so much, Oprum. Thank you so much for that question. That's a very interesting question, and it's been a long journey. When the vision started, when the opportunity started to push 10 Trade Africa, of course there were a lot of challenges. We don't know the broker. The broker is not big. Where is your office? So many excuses. The broker is not popular. So many. But then, that success is an attitude. Success is a mindset. Greatness it comes with a certain mindset, and this attitude I've been able to acquire as well by being a forex trader. Forex trading makes you resilient. It makes you unbreakable. It makes you a leader if you actually learn well. Okay, and so to be successful as a trader, you cannot afford to give up. You have to give up. You have to be resilient. Keep pushing in the faces of whatever challenges and whatever disappointments. Okay, so when we started the project, and a lot of people were saying, giving excuses, we don't know you, we don't trust you, it was simple. How did we overcome? You push in spite of excuses and no's. As a leader, as someone who has made up his mind to succeed no matter what, you don't take no. You don't take no for an answer. All right. So one of the things I was able to do is one, I had already built a track record for myself, having been a coach, a forex coach for about maybe 3, 4 years. And then I was also privileged to be the head of education for another forex broker for 2 years. I was a top partner for another broker. I don't want to mention names. So I built a track record for myself, and so I had some level of credibility. And so I had to use my credibility. I had to use my name. Now, remember what they say. There's a good name is better than anything else. So I had to use my own name and my own credibility to push the 10 trade brand. Yes, there are discouragements when people say, you're a small broker, we don't know you, you're just starting, you're new. How are you sure you're not going to disappear? How are you sure the broker is not going to close down? How are you sure the broker is not going to run away with our money? You know? But then that mindset of persistence, that mindset of resilience is what helped us to overcome the challenge. I strongly believe that anything I take my time to assess opportunities if be it investment, business, or anything. I take my time to assess business opportunities. I'm very, very careful. But once I decide to hop on a project, then I'll carry it on my head like my life depends on it. Right? That like my life depends on it, and I'll make sure that we put everything, sleepless nights, day and night, to make sure that it succeeds. So those were some of the challenges, and how we overcame it is simply by being resilient, persistent, strategizing. Um, at the end of the day, it's not only by your power. We're talking about greatness here. It's not only by your power. People are very, very important if you're going to move to the next level. So one of the ways we're able to scale was to network and connect with people, share the vision with them, build trust. If people trust you, they will do business with you. So we were able to share that trust with them, show them the vision, show them why we should be trusted, and that was basically how we're able to overcome those challenges. And on top of that, making sure that we're delivering an excellent product and an excellent service. I think that's how we've been able to overcome those challenges in the past 1 year, basically. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Thank you for shedding lights. And of course, I from this space, I'm sure that people have been able to take some notes on how to actually overcome challenges. And one thing that you said that really I have heard onto is push, no matter what, just push. All right, thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir. You'll be answering some questions very soon. Okay, over to you,
All right.
Monira.
All right, Thelma, thank you so much. So I have another question for Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams, I hope you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So I would like to know, you just published a new book.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that you, just like the way you've said earlier, you've made some mistakes. And I know there are new traders, even experts, who are actually, should I say right now, making those mistakes or intending mistakes. So, what are some common mistakes that you think that new traders make or experts make, and how can they avoid them, just like the way you highlighted them in your book? Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Uh, Number one on my list would be not getting a mentor, self education. Like I said before, that was part of the things I was doing. Though you might learn, but it's going to take a while. What someone that has gone through the experience would teach you, you boycott a lot of plenty things before you get to the real deal. So a mentor is number one. I didn't have a mentor. I did self learning until I started linking up with mentors. I began to understand more things. Oh, this is how this is done. But I was doing it this way before. Okay. And this is even faster. You get, so it cuts that long route to a short route for you. Getting a mentor. That's number one. Then discipline, mindset. If you're coming into forex trading, you shouldn't have the mindset of get rich scheme. That's a lot. That's the picture it has been painted out there. Like when you start doing forex, you start buying Lamborghini and building houses and doing stuffs. That's what the youth has been. That's the picture they've painted to the youth. So it's not that way. That's why I said mindset. Your mindset should be a mindset of developing a skill. Like you should know that you must make losses in forex trading, but like I used to say, the ability to make more profit than your losses makes you profitable. That's also in the book. So, number one, get a mentor. Number two, your mindset. Then every other thing will follow: risk management, discipline, and the rest. But number one, get a mentor. Number two, have a good mindset towards developing your skill. Thank you.
All right, sorry, Mr. Williams. I would like to ask this. You lay much emphasis on getting a mentor. How do we know the right mentor to go to? How do we approach? Like how would you know, or how do you assess that this is the right person that can actually pull me through my training or through my journey in the forex trading or market? So how would you know the right mentor for yourself? Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Um, like part of the challenges I faced was trust. A lot of people starting up, a lot of people were like, is this not like the normal coach and normal things we've been hearing? You get? Some people followed me up for like 1 full year before they turned to my mentee. Why? They were trying to find out, is this guy really profitable? Is he really making profit from forex trading? Is for him to flaunt some kind of lifestyle on social? Is he making money? So that is the mentality of somebody who is smart. They will want to find a track record, know if you have taught people that are profitable. You get? So that's part of the things I would advise any new trader. Before you make any mentor, you have to make your background findings. Find out about his academy. Are people really making money from this? Is he really teaching the right thing? Is he really making money? You get? So I think that is part of the things one should look out for before you pick a mentor. Track record.
All right, Dr. Williams. Thank you so much. Over to you, Delma.
All right.
Do you have any question for Mr.
Thank you so much,
Victor?
Nero. So, Mr. Victor, two questions for you, sir. So, the
All
first
right.
question I'm asking is, what is the role of technology in the modern forex market? What is the role of technology in the modern forex market, and how does Ten Trade Africa leverage on these new technologies, basically? Thank you.
Okay. What is the role of technology in the current forex space, right?
Yes, exactly. And how does Ten Trade Africa leverages this technology?
Okay. Well, that's a very interesting and technical question. So it's very interesting. As we all know, we are in the technology age. Forex trading in the past was reserved for people, for high net worth investors. Before 19, when I started learning forex in 2006. So before 2000, around that period, forex was reserved for people who we call high net worth investors. These are people who can invest at least $1 million. All right. And so not like now that it's open to everyone. Now, one of the things that has been able to make forex available for everyone, including students, even those that are not even up to 18, can open demo accounts and trade, it was the invention, the access to the internet. which is like the foundation of everything technology right now. Okay, that's one. And so the internet made it possible for small players with your $10, $50, $100 to be able to come into a business that was strictly reserved for the big boys. So when I say big boys, we're talking about guys who can invest a minimum of $1 million. Okay, so technology has played a very, very huge role in making forex trading accessible to the common man. That would not have been possible without technology. Okay, and it's still evolving. It's still evolving. Of course, for you to trade, you need a smartphone, a laptop. All right, these are all technological tools. So technology has come a long way to making this business accessible to everyone that is interested in trading. And of course, it's still evolving. The industry and forex trading as a whole is still evolving. Recently, technology is what has made it possible for companies to provide their capital. Example, the prop firms. You know, technology is what has made it possible for individual traders like yourself and myself to manage funds for millions of people all around the world, even if you don't have capital. So basically, the core and the foundation of the forex trading business is technology. If you take away technology, then the whole industry crashes. So, technology is what is basically going to keep making the industry evolve, keep improving, and keep getting better. Let's look at execution of trades. Okay, execution of trades. Trades are now being able to be executed within microseconds. This is only possible, with improvement in technology. So everything about forex trading and its evolution, its growth, will be based on technology. Okay. Then the second part of the question was what again? Can you remind me, Thelma?
How does the Trade Africa leverage this kind of
On
technology?
technology. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so the 10 Trade bring a forex broker. Of course, it consists of different departments, different sections, and one. We have the guys at the front. Dr. Odion would be commenting with this. We have the guys at the front end. We have the guys at the back end. So everything um, that concerns brokerage, everything that concerns brokerage is technological based. Servers, platforms. You have your MT5 platforms. You know what else? You have the, for example, Palm softwares. You have copy trading softwares. Um, Prop firms. Everything is technology based. So 10 Trade is always on the cutting edge. And one of the ways you can see that is that Tentrade was the first regulated broker to adopt the prop firm model in addition to the regular brokerage model. Okay, and that would not have that is only possible with technology, basically, right? So prop firms are running based on certain technology. So Tentrade is always trying.
Okay, is Mr. Victor still here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
now. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So I don't know where I was cut off, but I was saying that 10 Trade has been able to do what most of the big companies have not been able to do. And a lot of the big companies have started copying, a lot of the big brokers, have started copying the innovation that 10 Trade has done in the area of prop firm. So we are always trying to be two steps ahead, leveraging on technology, trying to improve. We are always looking to, 10 Trade is always looking to improve every single month, every single week, we're looking at how can we leverage on technology to improve, better service, faster execution, trying to make everything simple. And one thing we need to understand in life is that technology and automation simplifies life, makes life easy. I'll share a little story about my trading experience. So I was developing a strategy for about 2 years, and so I was always manually. I would have to look for the setup manually, on my chart. And sometimes these setups might happen maybe 10 p.m. in the night, 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And if I'm going to catch that setup, I will have to stay awake, to find those setups and trade them. It was becoming very stressful, and I asked myself, what can I do? I can't keep living my life like this, always glued to the chart. And then I came across the idea of automated forex trading strategies, which whereby you can actually program your strategies, automate them, and even when you're not on your system, the robot or the program would check for the setups and execute the setups, you know, for me when they are available. And so when I tried it, I paid a lot of money to program, and then when I started testing it, I was like, wow, why didn't I discover this earlier? This would have taken away like 3, 4 years, 5 years of you know screen time. And I saw how easy life became. In fact, after then I became sold out to automation because it freed time. It gave me time to do other things. All right. Imagine me having to manage 10 Trade Africa, and I'm always on the chart looking for trades and all of it. Would definitely not have been possible. So that experience opened my eyes to the beauty and the power of automation. Automation makes life simple, right? So when it comes to 10 trade, for example, we're always looking at, different ways that we can automate a lot of things and just makes life easy for the broker, makes life easy for the clients, makes life easy for everyone. I'll give an example. When it comes to the prop firm on 10 trade, you will see a lot of testimonies on Twitter, on social media, how people make profits and they're able to get their profit split within 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That speed of payout is not possible. It has not is not something that is common in the prop firm space. But because of applying technology, applying automation, Ten Trade has been able to do profit split and payout within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and a lot of people are excited. So basically, Ten Trade is always looking at how to adopt technology, to make a lot of processes easy for the broker and for the client itself, and it makes life very, very easy for everyone. So basically, I think that's my position on that.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. So, up to you, Monira.
All right, yeah. So I have just one question left for Dr. Williams so that we can actually give the audience or anyone who would like to ask our guest any question. So we'll do that for 5 minutes. So my last question for Dr. Williams is that in his book, and I quoted, he said, risk management and position sizing are crucial components of a successful forex trading strategy. So now my question now is, can you tell us in detail some risk management strategies that traders should implement to safeguard their capital? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Um, Traders have this mindset of flipping their account, and in my academy, I'm not a party to that. Only professionals can do that, not beginners. You can flip today and you're successful. Tomorrow you will not be successful because you actually did it by luck. You're not yet you've not grown your skill to that point. You get? So flipping account is not really is something against risk management. It's not really if you're trying to grow your skill in risk management, you should set a target, a very realistic target, not trying to flip your account, making 100% on your capital. It might work, but it's working for some people, but it's not something sustainable. You get, on the long run, it might be addictive to you, and you start doing it all the time. You find out that you end up losing, and over leveraging is still another thing when you talk about risk management, which is what is tied to flipping of account. Because if you're trying to flip your account, you would definitely over leverage. You get, you're not looking at making 2% or 3% and be satisfied with that. You're looking at making 100%, which is most times unrealistic, and sometimes it can be a lock to you. You get, so, but if you're consistent in being contented with your target, which I preach and I teach in my academy, 2-3% is enough for you. Once you get that, you leave the market and look for opportunity again, because I tell my students, forex trading is all about looking for an opportunity, the best time to get into the market and get off the market with what you are able to get and with your targets. So risk management entails you being disciplined too. So basically, that's it. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Selma, do you have any question before I throw the questions to the house?
Yes, I think I have one more question for Mr. Victor Ufort. So my last question for you, sir, is what advice would you give to someone who is just getting started in forex trading?
All right, thank you so much. That's a very, very important question. Like Dr. William had said earlier, how his journey was rough. One advice I always give is same as what Dr. William has said. Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Um, you cannot eat your cake and have it. If you know you want to self learn. I did self learning. Just like Dr. Williams said, he did self learn. If you want to self learn, be ready to spend many, many years, like many, many years. Okay. So I wouldn't want anyone to get started and wait 7 years, 5, 7 years, 10 years before you start making money from forex trading. So I would say one of the most important advice is one to get a mentor. Um, Getting a mentor, there are different people who have different strengths. So all I was saying, getting a mentor, look for someone that is making money, basically making money. It doesn't matter how he's making money, as long as he's making money, legit money from the forex space. That is the kind of mentor you want to look for. A mentor that has proof of work, evidence of making money. That's one. Two, same as Dr. William has said as well, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, I know there's a lot being sold on social media. You don't get rich by trading 0.01. You need to trade 100 lots, 50 lots. It depends on what you believe, and what you believe will determine how far you go. So I would say the other thing is be ready to persist, be ready to stay even when you're not making money. It's a business that requires you to keep pushing until you start making money. It might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, it might be 1 month, 1 year. It depends on how much time and how much dedication and commitment you put into it. It will not be the same for everyone. But one thing that is going to be the same and common for everyone is that for you to succeed as a forex trader, you must stay at it until it starts paying, basically. So that would be my two advices for anybody who is just starting.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor Ufort. That was a very, very brilliant answers for those who would love to kickstart their forex trading journey. Over to you, Monira. I think that's all from my table here.
All right, yes, I would like to say a very big thank you to our two key speakers. You guys really, really shared a lot with us. And I'm sure we have the listeners, or should I say audience, they've been able to learn one or two things from what you've said. But before we end the session, I would like to throw it to the house. Do you have any question you'd like to ask our guest speakers before we call it a day? If you have any, please request to be a speaker, then your request will be granted so that we can get it over with. We have just 5 minutes for that. Any question, anyone, please? Okay, I'm not seeing any hands up. You can use the emoji in the comment section to indicate if you have any question. Then we will gladly send a request for you to come on board to ask your question. Okay, so finally, I think I would like to talk about Mr. Williams' book. So, because I, as a person, I'm a beginner and I would love to learn more about Forex trading. So, if I am to get your book, can you please tell me the website or the bookstore or where I need to get or the necessary place that I can get your book from? Thank you so much. I can see someone is raising his hand. This is Pro FX Trading. Please send a request and your request will be granted. But before then, Mr. Dr. Williams, I would like you to tell us more about how we can or where we can get your book. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. You can find the book Becoming a Profitable Forex Trader on Amazon, and you can find it on our official website, probabafx.net. And also other seller, you can find it on Seller too, and other bookshops too. But to get a physical copy, you have to send a DM to any of our socials, and it will be delivered to you. Thank you.
You're
Mm.
welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if ProFX have been able to send a request because he said I think he has something to say. I don't know. I think we lost him. I think we lost him. Any questions, everyone, before we call it a day? All right. All right. I think we've actually come to the end of the session for tonight. And you all can agree with me that it was indeed an enlightening session. The journey was filled with knowledge and inspiration. I was wowed. I was impressed. I was excited that I didn't miss this house. So thank you so much once again, Dr. William and Mr. Victor, for sharing your invaluable insights and experiences with us. Your knowledge has truly unleashed greatness in all of us. All of us aspiring, because I'm an aspiring forex trader. So your knowledge has truly unleashed greatness in all of us. Thank you so much.
You're,
You're
Thelma,
welcome.
do you have any closing,
you're welcome.
do you have any closing remarks? Yeah, thank you. Do you have any closing remark for us, Thelma? All right, then, in the
Yeah,
absence of no
absolutely,
question,
Monero. I didn't know I was muted.
okay.
Okay, absolutely, Monero. Yeah, a big thank you to our audience for joining us tonight, and of course, your participation and enthusiasm made this Twitter space or X space very, very meaningful. Remember that today is just the first episode, so you have to stay connected with us. Please, let's do well to follow everyone. Let's follow each other. Let's follow Probable FX. Let's follow Mr. Um, Victor Uford. Let's follow everyone. Let's follow everyone. So thank you so much for staying till the end of this Twitter space or X space. Thank you, guys.
All right, Thelma, thank you for that. We'll be here, just like the way Thelma said. This is just the beginning. We have more exciting and informative and educative session coming up. We'll be here every Monday at the same time, same place, and you don't want to miss it. Next time when you're coming for this session, make sure you invite your friend. Bring somebody along, tag somebody, tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, make sure to follow Probaba FX Consult and 10 Trade Africa for more updates and educational content. Yeah, keep trading. Don't forget, stay informed, get yourself a great mentor, and always strive for greatness. Till we meet you guys again next time, this is the Traders Up Show. We are signing off. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Victor.